In the ongoing Tunguska offensive, EDF troops are being pushed back further toward Irkutsk. Meanwhile, we're 4 weeks into the occupation of France and we're starting to get reports of local resistance cells.
Oh, my bad. Wrong game. What's up, folks? Today is Serious Sam 4, the offspring of Duke Nukem and EDF, a game that doesn't take anything serious and goes above and beyond in the gameplay department. As usual, if you enjoy this video, why not subscribe? If you would prefer an audio-only version, the link is down below, along with the link to my Discord. Is Serious Sam 4 worth $40? Well, I'm about to tell you. My name is Tanner, and this is For Your Money, a different kind of review. You guys wanted to hunt down ancient artifacts that were actually alien artifacts, right? That is Serious Sam 4. Taking place during the mental wars before Serious Sam 3, you're looking for the Holy Grail. An item thought to be useless could possibly be the key to winning the war. Sam and his force, known as the EDF, are heavily armed and ready to kick alien ass to save their beloved planet Earth. I mean, you gotta write something, right? This story is pretty monotonous. There's no denying or arguing otherwise. But this game isn't supposed to be a riveting storyteller filled with insert English lesson here. It's simple, comedic, and over the top, so it fits the Serious Sam style, or at least from what I've seen. I mean, this is my first entry into the series, so I don't know that much about Serious Sam. I did, however, get more enjoyment out of the rookie trying to get good at one-liners than the overall story. I could argue that there is more texture to that dude struggling to come up with goofy phrases and everyone trying to help him than the overall story of you fighting an alien god's army. This story just feels very arbitrary, but do people really play Serious Sams for their stories? I sure hope not. Serious Sam is a FPS bullet hell with seemingly endless waves of enemies around every corner. Kind of in the way EDF does, and that game's cool, but I never thought I would see it in a first-person point of view that's usually obstructed with blood, guts, and the best, vomit. If you're looking for a mindless shooter just to sit down and have dumb fun, Serious Sam 4 might be the game you're looking for. It is an enjoyable classic shooter-esque game, but you will feel tired as you get further into the game, or at least I did, and I'm not blaming the gameplay at all. I blame the design, which we'll talk about soon. So here at Serious Sam, shooting takes a different approach. You don't have to worry so much about where you're aiming. I found it to be more of a strafe and shoot everything kind of game, because the enemies are usually formed into a wall for you to destroy, or you can run a train of them behind you, turn around, and blast them away. There really isn't any strategy other than deciding what weapon will work best here, and the obvious spray and pray. Pray you don't run out of bullets because you will hit the enemies, but you will not clear the area without running out of ammo. Which is odd because you would think in a game where you're killing more enemies in one area than you do in entire games, they would supply a great deal of ammo. And they do, just not enough. As I found myself scavenging for ammo a lot. This isn't entirely a bad thing because it forces you to get accustomed to your entire arsenal. And when things pop off, you're going to want to know how each gun operates and when to use it. As for the weaponry in this game, there's a lot. Black hole grenades, miniguns, a damn cannon you'd see on a pirate ship, a knife. I mean, there is just a surplus of weapons, and all of them are good for something, whether it be for bullet spread, bullet speed, or damage. They'll all be used, I promise. Now, a very neat and odd aspect of this game is upgrading. There is an upgrade skill tree. A simple skill tree, but it is very effective, and I promise you're going to use all the abilities you can, such as dual wielding different weapons, health drops from dead enemies, riding on top of enemies. I didn't unlock all the upgrades, and you won't see all of them in here because I didn't upgrade my character fully. To upgrade, you have to find purple balls, and some of them are hidden. Most aren't, but a few are, and I am terrible at finding secrets in these damn games, which is a bummer because this game is tough as hell. I mean, why wouldn't it be? You're fighting anywhere from 100 enemies all the way to, and no lie, 1,000 enemies. So when I say this skill tree is simplicity at its finest, I truly mean finest. Other than your standard FPS gameplay, you do have some other options later in the game, that being vehicles and a mech. Vehicles are helpful, especially when you get a glance at how some of these maps are laid out. I honestly wish I had a damn vehicle for just about every map, but you get what you get. The mech, on the other hand, that thing obliterated. It was a blast. It was neat because most of these enemies, whenever you were in it, were one shot. So taking down an army of people who are one shot it's fun and gave me a sense of power and badassery. Lastly, we got side missions. Now, there aren't much at all. In fact, it's really the same objective. Find an item or shut off an item. Now kill an absurd amount of enemies and you'll be rewarded. There is one mission, however, I do want to brag about. I mean, it was funny as hell and not like anything else in this game. On an oil rig, you'll have the option to get on a computer and play a text RPG about finding out why the beer supply in Germania was low. I'm sure we can all relate to that at some point, right? I mean, I enjoyed that. I mean, this game is filled with small little funny things here and there, and this is just one example out of many. All in all, I do like this gameplay. It's a fun shooter in a way I've never experienced. It is held back by a few things, mainly in the design department, but gameplay-wise, you'll see a couple performance issues with some laggy gameplay and some other minor details, but nothing to fret over. The real problem is the design. With the design, I had a lot I wanted to talk about. I didn't know what to say or how to say it. Since this was my first serious Sam, I didn't know what the fans expected in any way, shape, or form, so this is a newbie's opinion. Graphics in this game are good, but only in the gameplay. In the gameplay, the world looks decent. Not next gen, but that's not to be expected with smaller developers. It just looks nice and vivid. Cutscenes are a mess. Graphics, they're a mess. Motions, they're a mess. Some of the voice acting is just fucking messy. Mainly the graphics and the character motion. Graphics will render in and out when it switches scenes. The characters are extremely bland in design. The mouths and words don't line up, and if they do, it is very, very rare. And to top it off, some scenes I am assuming are missing sound. Now, I wouldn't gripe over any assumption, but when the characters are shocked by an explosion on their plane, yet you can't hear the explosion or the other attacking planes, something's wrong. Now, it's rough to watch, honestly. As for the world, it's tough because I think the world's bland. There are 3 to 4 different mission locations to say, and they are dull. It would be like never having a vehicle in Farming Simulator and just walking around. But of course, here you do get a vehicle sometimes. But I also get it. You're fighting hordes, well, you're fighting armies at a time, and the environments need space. But something, anything to fill some of the areas to help bring a little life to the world would have been much appreciated. As for the soundtrack, I enjoyed what I heard. We didn't get a lot of variety, but I'm not griping over that because the music wasn't shitty. It was guitar solos and just epic choirs and shit like that. It was awesome. So here's a few clips of the overall design to pick your brain.
What am I, a Japanese schoolgirl? Hey, where's the rookie?
I really wish I had a gun!
Catch!
Oh, I lost my shoe.
Nice shot.
Crap one-liner, though.
I wasn't trying to do a one-liner.
I lost my shoe? Dude, that doesn't even make sense.
Should have said surprise. Just as you turned around. That would have been sweet.
I was just trying to survive. I wasn't...
This is triple A, boy. You gotta survive with style.
A sack of potatoes that's about to fall out of the sky! Start bailing, now!
You heard the lady. Go! Geronimo!
What the fuck?
Everyone, report!
I'm okay!
I got out.
To me, Serious Sam 4 is worth $25 out of 40. Now look, if you're a fan, I get it. This could have been a beloved series. Or maybe you're tired of the same old, and you understand where I'm coming from. I like the gameplay. That was the main aspect. It's fun and dumb in a good way. Not so much the performance issues. I mean, they will be noticeable at times, but not like the design. The levels will get boring because you just want to see something new. And cutscenes, those are usually a treat. At least to me, when I'm gaming, a cutscene is a treat. But not here. And for the soundtrack, yeah, it was nice, but that alone won't hold up the design. If you want an over-the-top shooter, Serious Sam has the gameplay down pat, but don't expect much more. That's all I got, folks. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? Otherwise, hit that thumbs down. Till next time, fellas.